Hello everyone, you're really welcome. We're back doing our online yoga. So it's going to be good fun. Even though I can't see ye can see me and you can hear me. And I miss you very, very much. I can't wait till we're back in the studio and I can hear all your news about all the birthday parties and the swimming lessons and the horse riding lessons and all your schoolwork and about your friends. So hopefully we'll be seeing each other very soon, but until then I'll do my best to make these little videos as fun as I can. So it's all the things that we do in class, except we're not together, but that's okay. So we can practice whenever you want. Encourage mom and dad and brothers and sisters to get involved. And remember what we're always saying in class. Nobody has to be perfect. We all make mistakes and we all look a little bit silly sometimes, and that's okay. I've had to keep reminding myself of that because I'm very afraid of doing this. I don't like doing it at all. But I'm going to take a deep breath and I'm going to do it anyway. So we're going to start. So you know it's coming up to Halloween and I love Halloween. So I came into my studio with all of the Halloween treats behind me that I had all ready to share with you guys. But so I'll try and share them as best I can on this. So this is the lovely pumpkin spice candle that my sister got me. So thank you, Tina. And it smells very much like Halloween. It's beautiful. So we'll have that here just to remind me all the time that it's Halloween we're getting ready for. So we're going to do some Halloween art as well. So some of you called in last Sunday and picked them up, and that's great. And if anybody wants to call in again, I'll send messages, you can. So it was literally sugar skulls. So we just decorated our sugar skulls. So I'll very, very quickly demonstrate what we do. So this is the outline. Excuse me, sorry. This is the outline of the sugar skull. So mum or dad or brother or sister, or you can do it yourselves. So it's basically the forehead shape, the big head shape. Then we've a little bit there for the ears, or it goes out there at the jaw. And then it comes back in for the chin. So it's a bit, it doesn't have to be like that. It can be however you want. Myself and Noah were making different shaped ones last night. So when you cut it out, it might look something like this. I personally like to draw black around the outside then. It just makes it a little bit clearer. So then what you need, after, if you want to do the outline, you can. We'll get to the yoga in 2 seconds, sorry. Okay, so that's the outline. Then we'll need two eyes. Two eyes. Then I like to make little, like a fringe or something around the eyes. You could do something different. Something like that. Then the nose is an upside down love heart. I made a mistake, but that's okay. Then you can put in a mouth, a silly mouth, scary mouth, whatever you want. Then you can put in like a little flower decoration or whatever you want. I like to put a little flower up at the top, so I just put 4 love hearts together. This is super quick. And a very bad camera angle, I just seen. So you can add in the love hearts. So you can make it however you want. There's one that was done a little bit slower. And there's one Kyla myself coloured in. So there are sugar skulls. So we'll just start our yoga class online with a little listen to our sound bowl. Okay, so we just sit and quiet. Take a few deep breaths in and out through the nose if you can. I'll ring it 3 times. Super job. So that's just to welcome us to our class. And the kids would normally, in past time, have had their own turn of bowls and that. And we often talk about the weight of the bowl and that it's cold, and when it's cold the noise is a little bit louder, and when it's warm it's a little bit softer, and that it vibrates in your hand, and that the vibration is the sound moving out into the class. It's like a pebble being thrown into the water. You'll see the ripple effect. So it's the exact same when we ring the bells. We can feel the vibration going up our arm. Very good. So we're just going to start with some pranayama breathing. So just coming to sit with the legs crisscross, be nice and comfortable and cozy. And we're just going to take a few deep breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. So something that the kids love to use, and I know I've given some of the kids some of them, and some have said they have them at home. You don't need them, but if you have it, you can use it. So you hold it loosely in each hand, sit up nice and tall, have your shoulders over your hips if you can, straighten your back as much as is comfortable, and we're going to do 3 breaths in and out through the nose first. So we just relax and in, out, in, out, in, and out. And it's very important for the kids to breathe at their own pace. Don't change it. They all hear that all the time. We all have a different breathing pattern, and that's okay. Don't change it. So I was just saying the in and the out so you know what you're doing. You're breathing in, breathing out. But the kids know to just follow their own breathing pattern. So I often joke with the kids that our rib cage, anyone who has practiced yoga for a while, you don't have to be a yoga teacher, anyone who's practiced yoga for a little while knows the importance of yoga and breathing. So our rib cage is here, and we have our diaphragm here. So when we take a big breath in, the diaphragm comes down and our rib cage expands. Again, the kids have heard this explanation lots and lots and lots. So I encourage the kids to bring their hands to their rib cage. So often the kids are going to bring their hands down on their hips. So just get them to walk the hands up to where they can gently but firmly, don't hurt yourselves, have a little feel for your ribs. They'll feel them very easily. They've nothing surrounding them. So we'll then take a breath in. So try and relax your whole body and take a breath in. And just notice your ribs expanding. Then slowly breathe out. And we'll do it together this time. Just take a breath in. Notice the ribs expand and breathe out. And notice them contract. So the kids can just do now 3 breaths, their own pattern, just relaxed breathing. Good job, well done. So we have another type of pranayama breathing, and it's breathing in through the nose and blowing out through the mouth. So we'll give that a little go. So breathing in through the nose and blowing out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose, blowing out through the mouth. Very good. Breathing in through the nose, blowing out through the mouth. Excellent. So I often say to the kids, we use the first type of breathing, the in through the nose, the out through the nose, when we're trying to be calm and we're just sitting peacefully. So we have little hairs in our nose that filter the air going in through the nose. So it's for nice, calm, relaxed, soft breathing. And the breathing in through the nose and blowing out through the mouth is when we're anxious or upset or worried, when our heart is going that little bit fast and we need to settle our body. We need to just ground the nervous system. So we need to take the breath in through the nose And then slow as you can, blow out. Just settling the nervous system, relaxing the body, getting extra oxygen into the brain, telling yourself everything's okay, and blowing out, I'm okay. So, we often use props for that type of pranayama. So, the kids love these and we've made them lots. So it's just a paper cup or plastic cup if you want, a little hole in the centre of it, a little straw. Again, you can use a paper straw, they don't last. So I have a plastic straw which I reuse over and over again. I have a marigold glove that has been recycled several times. So we also sometimes use latex gloves. Everybody needs to use their best judgment. I know some people have a real strong sense that we shouldn't be wasting things, and I absolutely agree. I don't waste anything here. I reuse everything over and over and over again. So I don't see these things as waste, but if you do, that's absolutely your opinion and you're right for you. So, but if the kids do want to make it, you could use the cup, you can use a straw, and you could use an old marigold glove. Even if there was a little hole in it, you can patch it up with just sellotape. You could use sellotape inside and outside, because if you don't do the double side, when you blow in it, it'll get a little bit damp. So this is one type of pranayama that we use. I would encourage kids to take a breath in through their nose and blow out. So the kids just love this. It's a little bit of fun. It shows them what their breath is doing, and if they do it nice and slowly, it'll blow up slowly. We've often had it where we didn't have a taint and it would blow off. So it's just getting them to practice the deep breaths. I've always said to the parents that in my opinion and in my training, it was that, you know, you shouldn't, it's best to teach children fun ways of taking deep breaths rather than when they are anxious or are upset, encouraging it then. So teach them at first in a fun way, and then if they do become upset, it's to use that prompt of, let's pretend we're blowing up the glove, taking a deep breath in through the nose and we're blowing it up. Or even better, to pull it out of your pranayama box if the children are upset. Is that okay? So we're going to do a song, and I'm fingers crossed that second time round that all the Wi-Fi is going to work. So it's a Sari salutation, and I'll just show you first some of the little yoga poses in it. So first they talk about Namaste. So we bring the hands together for Namaste, and Namaste for the children, I explain, means everything, all the good in me sees all the good in you. All the light in me sees all the light in you. So that's all Namaste means, is everything good in me sees everything good in you. And you're all fantastic, and I miss you all so much. So we're going to do butterflies. So put the thumbs together, like that, and we'll bring the hands up overhead, and then we'll bring the hands down towards our toes. Okay? So for the older kids, I don't use butterfly. I use hands up and hands down. So this is called Sari salutation, and it's the children's version of what we adults would call a sun salutation. It's the exact same movement. So it's hands up, hands down, rock side to side, jump back, all that jazz. So it will be. So for the kids, it will be Namaste, hands into butterfly, hands up, hands down, taking your time going down, go side to side. Then bringing both hands down. For the older kids, they can do the jump back, we've practiced that. For the younger kids, step back one leg at a time. Then we're going to be into a plank pose. Then we're going to just walk the feet slightly closer to the hands and go into a downward facing dog. Then we're going to walk the feet a little bit back and go into an upward facing dog. So you just drop the hips down. Then we'll be doing a three-legged dog. So go back into your downward facing dog and then bring one leg up and then bring the other leg up. And then we'll do a bow pose, which is lying on your tummy. And right hand back to right foot, left hand back to left, rolling the shoulders back and lifting with your quads. And then finally into a child's pose. So big toes come together, knees into a V, sit the backside onto the heels if you can, and come forward. So the other key component of this is that it's a call and response. So that's to encourage the breathing. It's a style of vinyasa flow, which means movement on breath. So instead of saying to the kids, breathe in and bring the hands up, breathe out and bring the hands down, you get them to shout it so that they're naturally taking the breath in and then shouting it out. Breathing in, shouting it out. So I encourage them to shout louder than me. And anyone who knows me knows I can shout very, very loud. So we'll do it, and fingers crossed it's going to work. So we'll all stand up. Hope you can hear it. Okay. So we salute the sun, and we're going to march. So lifting the knees, salute. Namaste. Butterfly up. Butterfly down. Rag doll. Rag doll. Hands down and jump back into a plank. Plank pose. Plank pose. Downward dog. Upward dog. Downward dog. Step forward. Rag doll. Rag doll. Butterfly up. Namaste. Breathe in and out your nose. Mountain pose. March again. Namaste. Butterfly up. Butterfly down. Rag doll. Jump back. Plank pose. Downward dog. Upward dog. Downward dog. One leg up. Other side. Step forward. Rag doll. Butterfly up. Namaste. Mountain pose. So we'll be doing both pose and child pose this time. Namaste. Butterfly up. Butterfly down. Rag doll. Jump back. Plank pose. Downward dog. Upward dog. Downward dog. On your belly, grab your feet. Rock and roll. Child's pose, push back. Downward dog. Jump forward. Rag doll. And fly up. Namaste. Super job. Well done. Excellent job. I know the sound isn't great and I'm really sorry for that. I'm just trying to keep Wi-Fi going on every circuit. It's a little bit challenging, but it's okay because we know that song really, really super duper well. We've done it lots and lots and lots. So remember to shout when you're doing it. So butterfly up, butterfly down, rag doll, jump back, plank pose, downward dog, upward dog. step forward or jump forward, ragdoll and butterfly up. And then the second time, we do the three-legged dog. So remember what you do on one side, you have to do on the other side. And then the final round is we do a bow pose. So grab each of your feet and lift with your quads, these big muscles here. So we've done all of that before. So what I think I'm going to do now is just run through those poses again. I actually should have done it first and I apologise. But the kids, trust me, they know these super duper well. So just in case we've anybody new joining us, which would be great, we'll do those poses again. So we'll start with mountain pose. So I like to get the kids to just rock up onto their toes, rock back on their heels. Up on their toes, back on their heels. Up on their toes, back on their heels. So bringing the palms forward, rolling the shoulders back. Sink the four corners of your feet into the ground. Put tension in the knees, strong legs. Put your hips forward and your core is strong, back is straight, chin is straight, and pick a spot on the wall or the floor. And we'll just take 3 deep breaths here, in and out through the nose if you can. Then we're going to practice some pranayama movement. So we're going to breathe in and bring the hands up overhead, stretch, breathe out, bring the hands down, but the palms facing towards the ground this time. So change, bring your hands up, breathe in, breathe out, bring the hands down. Breathe in, hands up, breathe out and hands down. So that's mountain pose. Then we have ragdoll in that. So we breathe in, so bringing the thumbs forward, taking a breath in, bring the hands up overhead and slowly breathe out. Try and keep the legs straight. That's okay if there becomes a bend in the knee, that's okay. So bend down and then we're going to rock the hands side to side, just like a ragdoll. And then we had the kids' favourite ones, which are the plank. So I'll just do it sideways. So I teach a plank from hands and knees position. So if the kids would like to come onto their hands and knees, they can. And then step back with the right leg, step back with the left leg. Keep your core nice and strong and your backside down. So I'm always saying to the kids, this isn't a plank, this is a half downward dog. And this is a sunken upward dog. So it's sore on your back, so the kids will know that. They should also keep their gaze looking at the mat. So this is a plank pose. And then come down with the left leg, knee, come down with the right knee. Excellent. Oh, we have a three-legged dog. So again, we'll come onto our hands and knees, we'll curl the toes, gently start lifting the knees. If they can straighten, if the legs can straighten, that's great. Keep the arms straight, relax the head. If there's a bend in the knee and you're on the toes, that's okay. And then if we do a three-legged dog, we bring one leg up and we change and bring the other leg up. Oh, and then an upward dog. So we go into a downward dog first, curl the toes, lift the knees, relax the head. And then for an upward dog, you need to step back a little bit and bring the hips down. And then back into a downward dog. And then we go into a child's pose. So big toes together, knees into a V. Keep the backside onto your heels and come forward. And then the bow pose. So onto the tummy, left hand back to left foot, right hand back to right. Roll the shoulders back and lift with the quads. Super job. So there are the poses that are in Sarge Salutation. Excellent. So we're going to do another song now, Yoga Nagila. Oh no, we won't. shoulders yoga pose just because it's there. So we'll stand up, and again the music will be a little bit low. Other side. Bend down. Tree. Other side. Reach up. In through your nose. Breathe out and bend down and touch your toes. Super job. Okay, so because it's coming up to Halloween, I had planned that we would do our Room on the Broom story. So I read it the last time and recorded it, but it actually took nearly 10 minutes. So I'll just talk about the characters in Room on the Broom because I know you all know it. I would have read it here last year. So we have the witch, who has a cat on her broom, and off they go through the sky. So she taps the broomstick and whoosh, off they go. And then she loses her hat and she says down, and down they go, and the dog brings out the hat. And then he comes on, is there room on the broom for a dog like me? And she says yes. So they're so excited she loses the bow. And then a bird brings her the bow. And he says, is there room on the broom for a bird like me? And she says yes. And then she loses her wand. Silly old witch. And down they go to the ground, but no wand could be found. And then out came the frog with the dripping wet wand. So they all got on after they all helped the witch. But then the broom snapped in two, and the witch met a dragon who wanted witch and chips for his tea. She was like, no. So she wanted some help, and out came a dripping A horrible beast. It was tall and dark and sticky and feathered and furred. And it was a yowl and a growl and a croak and a shriek. And he said, "Buzz off, that's my witch." Oh, and the dragon said off he went. So then the witch was so happy when the frog and the cat and the dog and the bird all came down. And she said, "Get something, everyone, let's throw something in." Oh, I've lost something. Anyway, so what happened then was the dog got a bone, the cat got an acorn, the frog got a lily pad, and the bird got a stick. So this is the part where I would get the kids to straighten their legs into a straddle pose, point their toes towards the ceiling, get burnt, and we'll put our cauldron in the middle, everybody. And then we're going to hold the stick, because we're going to mix the cauldron, and we're going to go down towards one foot, across to the other foot, back up to one hip and round to the other hip, down to the foot. So we're going to go iggity, ziggity, zaggity, zoom. And remember, this is a yoga pose, or yoga spell, sorry. So we have to go the other way. Iggity, ziggity, zaggity, zoom. And out came the most magnificent broom. And do you remember what was on the broom? There was a shower for the frog, and seats for the witch, the cat and the dog, and a nest for the bird. So that was a very good spell, wasn't it? So we would have done that in our class. That was one of my plans. And then we've done this as well lots of times. So it's our yoga cube. So it's our story add-on yoga cube. So on it we have cat pose, we have ragdoll pose, we have frog pose, we have, did I say downward facing dog? We have bird pose, and we have peaceful pose. So again, the kids would have had turns of throwing this in the air. We have lots of versions of it going. So let's just do a couple now. I'll have a go, and we'll do it together. So it's ragdoll pose. So remember, we take a breath in, bring the hands up overhead. Breathe out, bring the hands down towards the ground, and we'll sway the hands side to side. So we're really loosening out the backs of the legs here. So give it a nice little bounce. Whoops, hitting all my supplies. Excellent. And then we'll do another one. Ooh, cat pose. So we'll come onto our hands and knees. Very good. And then we're going to be an angry cat for Halloween. So we're going to slowly drop our head and lift our shoulder blades. And that's our cat pose. Super job. And then let's see what we have next. We're going to have a downward facing dog pose. So onto the hands and knees, we'll curl the toes, and we'll gently lift the knees. So we're in a downward facing dog. Could do a three-legged dog while we're here. And the other side. Super. And then back down on the knees. And we're going to finish with a froggy pose. Kids love the froggy pose. So we're going to bring the feet out a little bit wider than the hips, bringing the hands inside, keeping the knees up, and we're going to jump and point our toes. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. 3 more. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Very good. That's definitely where my age starts to show, isn't it, guys? Very good. So again, another little add-on to our Room on the Broom story. So this would be one of the activities really that the kids would probably make and bring home with them. So I tried to come up with things that you'd have at home. So paper straw. This is a toilet roll holder. I covered it with red paper, just put on eyes. So it's meant to look like the dragon in this story. I pinched the top of the toilet roll holder, put sellotape on each side, and just used crepe paper. You can use a plastic bag or whatever you have. Toilet roll, kitchen roll, napkin. And then it's to practice their pranayama. So breathing in, blowing out. So breathing in, so that's very simple, easy to make at home. So your toilet roll holder, drew on the eyes, or I stuck them on, pinching in the top. So I just pinched in the top there, put the straw in, and I sellotaped it. Then for the whatever bits of tissue or paper bag or anything, or not paper bag, plastic bag, so just so that the straw is at the top of it. And then they can practice their blowing. So they can decorate however they want. This, as I say, was meant to be the dragon, but they could do the cat, or they could do the witch, they could do whatever they want. It doesn't have to be something to do with Room on the Broom. It can be whatever you want. Okay? So I'm just going to try and get on one of our songs here, sorry. So again, I hope you can hear it. I'm sorry if you can't. So for this, you could have 2 scarves, or 2 face cloths, 2 pillowcases, 2 anything, or 1, it doesn't matter. So we're going to stand up and just follow along with the song. Definitely can't hear that, sorry. Let me try another one. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I hope. Oops. Sorry. Okay. So we're going to bring the scarves or the towel or whatever you have up and down. Then we're going to make big circles, shoulder clocks. Go the other way. Hands up. Bend down, ragdoll. Scarf side to side. Hands back up. Bend down, ragdoll. Bend your knees, chair pose. Hands up. And bring them down to the right. And all the way up. Stand up tall. Open to swing them side to side. Then we're going to bring our arms out. Make small circles. And go the other way. Other way. Very good. Now we're going to do like a windmill. Up and down. Keeping the arms straight and the legs straight if you can. Hands up. Bend down through your legs like an elephant. Through your legs. Hands up. And bend down through your legs. Bend your knees. And legs out. We're going to bring the 2 hands up and down to one leg. 1 foot, sorry. 2 hands up and down to the other foot. 2 hands back up and down to your right foot. 2 hands up and down to the left. Okay, then we're going to rock the hands all the way up. And we're going to bring the hands out. Very good, keep turning. Excellent job. Bring the hands up and down, up and down, up and down. And we're going to try bringing one foot out now. One foot out like we always do, or often do. Very good. Can we change? Yay. Very good. And can we change again? We bring it up, bend the knee up this time. And bring the hands up. Watch your balance. And bring that foot down, other foot up. Very good. Bring the hands out. Bring the foot up this time. Hands up and down. And change to the other foot up. And then we'll come back to our stand. Hands up. Bend down. Bend your knees. We'll do 5 frog jumps. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. And just relax now and slow it down. Super job. Excellent. Well done. So if you have a scarf or something nice and light, you can practice your pranayama here as well. Sorry, just trying to pose. Okay. So we practice our pranayama. So if you don't have a scarf, which is absolutely fine, you can just use a napkin or a tissue. So again, don't waste it, use it yourself later on. So we get one of the scarves, napkin, tissue, whatever you have, hold it up in front of your face, loosely in your fingers, and then we're going to take a breath in and blow. Oops. So breathe in and blow. Excellent. So some of the kids are so good at this, they can blow it up in the sky. Very good. Super job. So we're nearly finished. There's a couple of things that I want to show you before we finish. So I hope you had a really good time. And I know the music was quite low, but it's the best I can do at the moment. So I want to show you very quickly some of your lovely pictures. I don't know, can you see them? So who do I see there? I see Emma and Evelyn and Amelia and Callum. Can you see yourselves there, guys? So I printed these off because I knew I wouldn't be seeing you for a while. So there's Amelia doing her lovely art. This is a lovely picture that Kaylee did for me, a canvas. Peace begins with me. So we're going to finish with Peace begins with me. Then I see, who do I see here? Oh, I see Katie and Kian. I think I see Amy and Quiva maybe. This is Callum and Evelyn, busy at their work. Emma, busy doing her obstacle course. Kian doing the obstacle course. Ooh, I see Katie, Ellie, Quiva and Lauren doing their stretches. Super. So I'll have more pictures next week. So our pose of the week this week is going to be tree pose. So there's a couple of things about tree pose. So one is that our standing leg is to be nice and strong. And the leg that comes up is to go either to the ankle or above the knee, but not at the knee. So that'd be dangerous, so it would. So anywhere else, you can bring the hands up over your head, you can bring them to namaste. We like to bring them nice and wide to catch the fruit, because we often wobble doing these poses, and that's okay. Don't have to be perfect. So this is just part of the mindfulness program that I teach. So I just read the little part. So it's to do with tree pose. So rooted like a tree, stand with your feet together, with your arms by your side and keep your eyes open. Imagine tree roots growing from the bottom of your feet down into the earth. Feel connected to the ground beneath your feet. Slowly lift one foot and press it to the bottom of the ankle on the other leg, if you can. Clasp your hands together in front of you with just your pointed finger extended. Lift your clasped hands over your head. Balance and relax into the position and smile. You are rooted like a tree. Lower your arms and try balancing on the other foot. So that's what we always say. Whatever we do on one side, we always change and do on the other side. So let me give a quick demonstration of a tree pose. So I'm going to stand on my right foot first, right leg first. So bringing my left leg, so my left foot is coming and pressing off my right ankle. Then you can bring your hands to Namaste. You can bring your hands up overhead. You can bring your fingers into a point and bring them up overhead. Or what we often do here is, because we begin to wibble and wobble, and that's okay to wobble. So we'd be wide trees catching the fruit, and a bit of movement is absolutely fine. So we'll bring the leg back in and straighten that left leg and bring the right foot in and rest it against your left ankle. Again, you can bring your hands to Namaste. You can point your finger, bring it up overhead. You can bring the hands like this, or what we do is the wide, because wobbling is okay. It's absolutely fine. Catching the fruit, that's all you're doing. And trees are strong and their roots sink into the ground. And the wind blows them, but often they don't break, and sometimes they do break, and sometimes they grow back. And that's all okay. So this is our pose for the week. So I'd love if you practice it. Each side for a couple of seconds each day. And try and teach mum and dad or whoever's at home your pose of the week. Okay? So we're going to finish with our mantra. So we'll just come back into a nice peaceful seat. And we'll so what we're going to do is touch our thumb off each of our fingers. So first your thumb goes off your first finger, peace, then off your second finger, begins, then your third finger, with, and then your baby finger, me. So we're going to say it 5 times. We're going to say it 3 times out loud. We're going to whisper the 4th time, and the 5th time we're going to say it in our mind. So, peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. I'm going to ring our bell for our class to end. We normally end with Om Shanti, but like I explained already, the Wi-Fi isn't really working very well up here for me. So I'll try and have it the next day. So really good to see you all. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll ring our bell to say goodbye.